And hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Breakdown. We are live here on YouTube. We are in College Football 26, and it is the SEC Championship game. And this could very likely happen, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think Auburn's going to be the other opponent here. As we see the University of Alabama Crimson Tide take on the Auburn War Eagles. Well, sorry, the Auburn Tigers. Even though you see that's the thing I don't understand about Auburn. Auburn's called the War Eagles, or sorry, their slogan's War Eagle, but yet they're called the Auburn Tigers. I really don't understand that. And it's number 1 versus number 2. Auburn's 11-1. And it's actually quite funny because Steve Sarkisian's actually their head coach right now in the game, not in real life. And so Bama's going to get the ball first here. And big shout out to everyone. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me. And so this is my first season back at Alabama. I was the head coach of Hawaii. I got beat by Ohio State in the playoffs last season. And then Alabama fired Brian Kelly, who, as we all know, Brian Kelly should be fired from LSU right now in real life because he sucks as a head coach. And I also wanted to take this time to make the announcement that tomorrow night I will be live streaming Dying Light 2. So, getting in the mood for some Halloween fun. And I know right now it's a troubling time for our country right now with the government shutdown and everything. But hopefully Republicans can come back and negotiate with Democrats. That way this shutdown can end, and that way people don't lose their food stamps, because my family's affected by this, other families are affected by this, and hopefully they can come to a deal before the end of the week. Hopefully. I doubt it, but hopefully. Oh, and Auburn almost blocked that kick. Also, big shout out to primetime Sean Sanders. Big shout out to Blaze McCoy. And let's talk about those Kansas City Chiefs, man. They absolutely dominated a bad team in the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, completely dominated them. I mean, shut them out. Now, I haven't played Auburn all season long. Auburn's been the one team that's avoided me in SEC play. So this will be a test for us here, because they're only 11-1 and I'm only 12-0. I barely got by Oklahoma. Oh, damn. Damn. Come on, boys, tackle him. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just now tuning in, you're in for a very good matchup here between Auburn and Alabama. This is the Iron Bowl SEC Championship edition. And there you see Auburn clearly can run the ball. And Steph is asleep right now, as you just heard her snore. Steph's exhausted. She's been having Braxton Hicks, pre-Braxton Hicks. So her body's getting ready for here in February for the birth of our daughter. So she's resting right now. And damn, I just can't seem to stop the run. Also, big shout out to Blaze McCoy. Also, Walter Johnson, everyone who's been checking out the music and everything. Big shout out to you guys. And so, damn, number 32 is just like I can block almost everything, but I just can't seem to stop the run. And Auburn's on the move right now. And of course, they're going to give it right back to their running back. Of course, they are. And you see the game against Tennessee, they could run the ball, but Joey Aguilar, when he hurt his neck, I mean, Tennessee just shot themselves in the foot. They could have won that game. And I'm really wondering if Alabama's going to lose to South Carolina this Saturday, because that's going to be a trap game. Because South Carolina, believe it or not, even though their record might say they are dismal, they're a good defensive team. Shane Beamer is a great coach. And I think South Carolina, I mean, especially since we're going to South Carolina, I don't think they're going to lose back-to-back games, especially since South Carolina lost to Oklahoma. I don't think they're going to lose to Alabama, but, I mean, we'll see. And I just injured my starting corner. Great. Injuries. Damn. And there you see at the bottom of your screen, Louisiana Tech beating Florida IU International University. And I just can't seem to get Auburn off the field. And, of course, Auburn's going to go for it. Of course, it's 4th and 1. I would go for it, too. Colorado destroyed West Virginia. Block. Get him. And a turnover on downs. And the Crimson Tide finally get Auburn off the field. Good. Okay. Damn, I almost made it. And I'm starting a freshman quarterback. Clay Boyette is my starting Donnie Boyette is my starting quarterback out of Tulane, Louisiana. So I'm going to see here if I can get my running game going here. Nope, I got stuffed at the line. That was David Beluga, who was my starting running back, got hurt in the game against Oklahoma. He injured his ribs, which is why he's not starting. And so Alabama taking a quick 14-0 lead here in the first quarter. And there you see at the bottom of your screen, Miami playing Clemson. Man, Clemson has been a former shell of themselves this season. They haven't really played up to their standard, I think, which I'm kind of shocked that, Dabo's not been fired, but Dabo has won national championships the last 3 out of the 5 years that he's been there. So unlike Billy Napier, who's been let go and who's a really good coach, just wasn't the right coach for Florida. And there's talk that Lane Kiffin's thinking about leaving Ole Miss to go to Florida. But if I was Lane Kiffin, I would just leave the SEC because you can't win the big games when they count, son. Because you certainly couldn't beat Georgia. Kirby made you his bitch. And so now here we go now. Again, Auburn trying to work that right side. I'm going to see if I can't get him to make a mistake, if I can rush forward and get him to throw an interception here. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, nope, that worked out perfectly. And so Auburn's going to have another 3 and out here. All right. All right. So we're going to try some play action here. Oh, you left him wide open. That was blown coverage by the Auburn Tigers. By all rights, he shouldn't have caught that touchdown pass. And Auburn making some early mistakes here, as just in the first quarter alone, they're down 21-0. But I'm worried about the next 2 games for Alabama because they face South Carolina and they face LSU. I think LSU comes to Tuscaloosa this year because we went to Death Valley last year. So, I mean, we'll see because LSU is still a dangerous team. They can play spoiler. And they're just going to, what type of play was that? You're just going to, like, Patrick Mahomes, no look, just zing it to the left side? Damn it. Come on, number 11, you got to tackle. Damn. I called a blitz and I paid for it. And that's the end of the first quarter. Alabama taking a commanding 21-0 lead here in the SEC championship game. Big Al celebrating. And there you see the stats there. Auburn's kicking my ass in the rushing department. Okay. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me. I don't know if you guys can actually hear me or not. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me. Yep. Okay. Okay, so there's the playoff bracket right now. I really hope Notre Dame beats Oklahoma because Oklahoma gave me the fight of my life last night. Went into overtime. And it's always hard beating a second team twice. All right, let's do a little nickel defense here. Third and 11. And he's just going to whoop it up, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. And Jose Trejo, the man with the deflection there for the Crimson Tide, as Alabama again goes 3 and out. And so now we're going to try a little bit of trickery here. And we're going to go a little NFL action, little jet sweep. Oh, damn. I thought I had the first down there. And Auburn made a mistake playing coverage too deep. Oh, but they deny me the touchdown there. And so here we go. And who messaged me? Oh, okay, he sent me a photo. And third and goal as Auburn trying to deny another touchdown that would put this game figuratively out of reach here. And another touchdown. As Foyet's putting on his best game that he's had all season. He's gone 9 for 9, over 200 passing yards in this Alabama aerial attack. The Tigers have not been able to stop or solve so far here in the second quarter. If you're just now joining us, this is the SEC Championship game. Iron Bowl edition, Alabama versus Auburn, number 1 versus number 2. And Donnie Boyette has done fantastic. He's been 10 for 10 for 4 touchdowns. Oh, and down goes Rashawn Watt. And Auburn's quarterback just got injured. I mean, he took a nasty hit. Landed awkwardly on his shoulder, and that's now, oh, their backup's also a star too. Damn. Is he going to run? Is he going to run? Is he going to run? Someone tackle him! And James Titus, the backup quarterback for Auburn, almost gets the first down that they need. San Diego State beating Utah State 38-33 at the bottom of your screen in the Mountain West Conference. And we're going to go back to the jet sweep. And Hugh Winter again. All right, first down. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning here. Auburn's dominated the possession time of the ball, but they haven't scored a lick. And that's Foyet's first incompletion. And another incompletion. 3rd and 10. That's going to be 4th and 13. And Nate Marquez makes a 47-yard field goal to make this now 31-0. Ironically, the same score as the Chiefs and Raiders game for this past Sunday. And now Auburn, we'll see what Auburn can do with 2 minutes here. Watt's back in. He just needed to get evaluated. And now Nathan Whitehead, Auburn's top running back for this season, is now hurt. Glad to have each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, watching from around the world. 3rd and 8. Oh, he caught that. Damn. And Auburn's now marching down the field. They got 2 timeouts still remaining with 1:15. Auburn will get the ball in the second half. Oh, fumble! And Alabama has recovered. And so with 53 seconds left to go here, Alabama on Auburn's doorstep, trying to get something going. 1st and goal now. And what a costly turnover for the Auburn Tigers. I mean, they could still make a comeback. I mean, stranger things have happened in the Iron Bowl. I just hope that James Franklin gets hired by a good team. He's a good coach. Penn State shouldn't have fired him. And another sack. That's 3 sacks for this Alabama defense. And so now here we go. And so that's going to lead us to halftime. As number 1 is dominating number 2, Damian Maben has had 3 targets, 3 catches for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's going to be someone that's going to be hard to replace. And there you see the top 5, Alabama, Auburn, Miami, Clemson, and Colorado. And like I said before the half, Auburn's going to get the ball here. And we got a good game going in the Sun Belt. Georgia Southern taking on someone. I didn't see who that was, unfortunately. And so 2nd and 13, Scott Stutz has had 6 tackles today. The hybrid junior. Glad to have each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, watching from around the world. And again, Auburn. Oh, damn, that was sloppy tackling. Come on, defense. Damn. And a quarterback sneaker there. And now Auburn has come out and just hit my defense right straight in the mouth. They're already at midfield here. Auburn's at the 41-yard line. 2nd and 16. And here comes the Tide. 3rd and 22 now. Back-to-back sacks. Just when Auburn starts to get going, they shoot themselves in the foot here. And another sack. And this time, Watt is slow to get up. He was already shaking it up in the first half. And Terrell Jones got to him there. And what started out as a nice, promising drive for the Tigers ends in failure. And so now it's time for me to go all conservative now. I'm going to try and not make a turnover. Time to get my running game going. And so Foyette's almost thrown for 300 yards here. Second and 3. Man, that's a sad statistic to see that I've only rushed for 14 yards this whole game. All right. Second and 3 now. Calling an audible now. Fourth and 3. I'm not going for the hell no. I'm not going to go for the field goal. And so 9 plays, 62 yards, a minute and 34 seconds. As Alabama making a statement why we are number 1. Also, when it gets this part of the season in this video game, I really get surprised at what teams want to hire me to be their head coach. Because the 2 seasons that Alabama let me go, I was hired by Tennessee for 1 season, and I was hired by Hawaii for another season. And I took both those teams, one to a bowl game with Hawaii. We won that bowl game. We beat Oklahoma State in the Toledo Bowl. And then we made it to the Sugar Bowl in the college football playoffs with Tennessee, and Tennessee ended up losing to Ohio State. So both years, Ohio State kicked my ass in the playoffs. Who's calling? Here. No. I got it. And so here we go, a minute and 24. Hey, Steph, I'm going to go pick up the clothes here in a moment. So, and Auburn just can't really get out of this game without any injuries, it seems. And this is the closest that Auburn's been to the red zone all game long here. Honey, I think that was Sam who called. Was it Sam?
I don't know.
Also, big shout out to Mad Martin Gaming as well. The Bat God. And you're going to throw a touchdown. Oh, nope, thank you. And that's the end of the third quarter. And by all rights, Auburn should be winning this ball game, but they're not. They keep making mistakes. Third and 10. Okay, guys, well, look, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish this up here. Because there's no way that they're coming back.
Your football's invading my dreams.
Oh, I'm sorry. And so Alabama beats Auburn to win the SEC championship 45-2. As Steve Sarkisian makes his way to the middle of the field there. And so the Alabama Crimson Tide wins the football edition of the SEC championship game. The Iron Bowl edition of the SEC championship game. And so hopefully you guys have enjoyed this edition of CFB. And Hugh Winter has set the Alabama career receiving touchdowns record. Good for that young man. Hugh Winter has set the SEC career receiving touchdowns record. And we have won the SEC championship. All right. Corinne Moses won SEC Defensive Player of the Week. 2 sacks, 4 tackles. And Davian Maben. And so there's the bye week. And Stingley chose Miami. Damn. And John Lawton of the University of Louisiana Monroe won the Heisman Trophy. First time that school's won the Heisman Trophy. Corinne Moss won Defensive End of the Year. And I didn't get Coach of the Year. Oh, damn. And Harvey Malvu okay, so we've won some defensive awards. Now, did any of my staff leave? Okay, no. Okay, none of my staff left. Okay, so that's a good thing because the last couple of times most of my staff has left me. But let's see what teams want to hire me as their coaches, as their head coach. So Arkansas wants me to be their defensive coordinator. Cal, the University of California Golden Bears, Duke, and Tennessee wants me back. Ah! I'm sorry. I'm not going to choose any of those schools. Like, the only schools that I would leave Alabama for would be either the University of Virginia or Virginia Tech, but I don't think either of those two schools are in a position to afford my character. And it's a rematch, as it's going to be number 9 Notre Dame taking on number 1 Alabama in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. All right. And, okay. You know what? I said that I wouldn't leave Alabama. That's an interesting... Because their quarterback, now it's not a guarantee that their quarterback would play for me, but their quarterback just won the Heisman. I'm going to have to think about that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys same breakdown time, same breakdown place.